The voice of an experienced roofer is not actually being listened to. Not at all.
I wasn't completely sure why I was invited on this trip. This whole trip started with a message, and honestly, I didn't know what to make of it.
Danny, why have you asked me to film?
Because the Roofing Outlaw has just invited me to Dublin for next week for Lava 20 training.
Check you out. Pretty boys going all Insta famous.
Yeah, they probably want me to go because they need someone pretty for...
Sorry. Pretty.
They need someone pretty and doesn't know anything about roofing to go.
That'd be you.
That would be the cherry picker, man. Not a real roofer.
Brilliant.
Okay, thank you. I remember reading it and thinking, what's this all about? Geoff Smith, the Roofing Outlaw, invited me to join him and part of his team for official Lava 20 training. He was covering the training and the hotel. All I needed to do was pay for the flight to Dublin. And when someone like Geoff offers you an opportunity like that, you make it happen. So I reshuffled a few days' work, cleared the schedule and committed to the trip. But if I'm honest, I was curious. I'm not the biggest voice in the industry. I haven't been doing this online stuff for years. So I did wonder, why me? Whatever the reason, I decided if I was going to make the most of it. Film everything, ask questions, try to understand what this was really about. Because once I arrived, it became clear this wasn't just about product training. There was something more going on here. Right, so we've arrived in Dublin, just outside the airport, and the first thing Geoff spots is some guys working on the roof over there. And that's what you get when you go away with the Roofing Outlaw. Proper Irish weather. When I first arrived in Dublin, the first people we met were Marcus, who's Geoff's business partner, and Wayne, who was actually on his first day working with him. In fact, this trip was the first time Wayne was meeting Geoff in person.
Hang on, that's the video. Oh, we'll get it.
We weren't training until the next day, so that first afternoon was really about getting to know each other. Talking, sharing stories, and figuring out where everyone had come from. Somewhere in there, the three of us tried our first proper Irish Guinness. I'd never really given Guinness a chance before. Wayne wasn't convinced either, but it turned out to be surprisingly good. Good enough that one quickly became several. It was one of those simple moments that breaks the ice. Strangers becoming familiar, conversations flowing a bit easier. And during that time I started to see how much Marcus genuinely believed in what Geoff was trying to build. Shops, run by roofers, for roofers, focused on quality gear at fair prices. It wasn't just business talk. There was real buy-in. The more we talked, the more the atmosphere shifted from introductions to familiarity. And somewhere in those early conversations, I realised this wasn't just a group of people working together. There was a real sense of camaraderie forming around a shared direction.
The voice of an experienced roofer is not actually being listened to. Not at all.
What needs to be done then, Geoff?
We need to listen to a roofer. We need more experienced men on these panels that decide what's going on, and then listen to our input, because at the minute our input doesn't mean anything to these people, and that's a ridiculous situation.
And when you ask Geoff what's driving all of this, it comes down to one thing.
I'd like to see one of them people in the boardroom produce a flat roof, or a slate roof, or a tiled roof, or go to a customer's house and find out where that's leaking, why it's leaking, why it's gone mouldy. They just come up with every excuse possible to blame it on something else other than failure of their product. So we're just stuck in this situation of bureaucracy.
That frustration The feeling that experienced roofers aren't being heard sits right at the centre of what he's trying to change. And that's where the training comes in. Not theory, not marketing, but people taking the time to understand the materials properly. Geoff wasn't delivering the training himself. This was coming directly from the people behind the product. The focus was simple. Learn it properly, understand the limits, and apply it with confidence. Watching it unfold, you start to see the connection. Standards aren't just about materials, they're about knowledge, responsibility, and pride in the work. And with that bigger picture in mind, the training stopped feeling like a product session and started feeling like part of something bigger. At its core, what Geoff is trying to build is practical. His goal is to create roofing supply shops owned and run by roofers. Spaces focused on quality materials, fair pricing and innovation aimed at improving standards in the trade. Part of that focus extends to how products are assessed and certified. Geoff has been openly critical of what he sees as a weakness in the current system, particularly the idea that manufacturers can be closely involved in certifying their own products. From his perspective, raising standards means pushing for greater independence, transparency and accountability in how materials are approved for use.
And do you think, from when you started 40 years ago, do you think standards are getting better or getting worse?
Far worse, far worse. We had quality products. Okay, we didn't have breathable membranes when it first started, but the quality of the product has gone down severely. I mean, never-ending complaints on my forums that the tiles are now rubbish, the membranes now a joke, the flat roofing systems have gone downhill. These big companies, they're deciding what product we use and how much that's going to be, and the little man like me, the little companies like Lava 20, trying to bring up quality products out here that does actually work, and not being allowed to have a voice.
Looking back, one part of this trip stayed with me more than I expected. When Geoff first invited me, it was off the back of a video I made repairing some commercial gutters. He told me, in his usual direct way, that he didn't want to see me using materials he didn't believe in. His view was simple. If you're going to do a job, do it properly, with products that stand behind their performance. At the time, I'll be honest, I thought that was an unusual reason for someone to invest in bringing me over for training. It made me wonder if there was more to it, if he had an ulterior motive. And that curiosity was one of the reasons I decided to film everything, to document the experience and understand what the reality behind the invitation was. But the more I listened to Geoff talk about standards, materials and responsibility, the more I started to see a consistent thread. His focus wasn't just on products. It was on raising expectations and pushing for things to be done properly. Whether that changes how anyone else sees it is up to them. But for me, the takeaway was less about motives and more about seeing how seriously he takes the idea of improving standards in the trade.
It's certainly doing a better job than certain paints that are filled with fibre. I'm not going to say any names.
You know, that particular stuff's not even got a guarantee. The makers of that product, which we're not going to name,
Right.
will not even guarantee it.
Right.
I did try to ask them for a guarantee on it once.
Yeah.
Their rep advised me to do a full roof in it, and when I asked for the guarantee, couldn't get a guarantee, so didn't use it. I went with an alternative product.
When I first agreed to this trip, I wasn't sure what I was stepping into, or why I'd even been invited in the first place. But by the end of it, what I saw wasn't just training or talk. It was a group of people trying to take their work seriously and push for the standards they believe in. Whether you agree with every viewpoint or not, being there gave me a clearer understanding of what drives it and why it matters to the people involved. And while everyone will form their own opinion, it's hard not to respect anyone willing to put their energy into proving the standards of their trade. So, wherever their mission leads, I genuinely wish them all the best with it, and I'm glad I got to see it from the inside.
London with the